It is 8 o'clock. It is the 14th day of July, 2021. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, bringing you all the news, weather, and sports as it relates to tabletop role-playing game. And it's Wednesday, which means it's time to take a look at all the crowdfunding projects that are supposedly coming to an end this week. So if any of these crowdfunding projects sound like something you want to support, this is probably your last chance to get on that train. So head on down to your friendly local game store, that's Seth's Games and Anime here in Ventura, and ask them to look into it for you. It usually doesn't cost very much to support these products, bare minimum maybe $1, and often in exchange for supporting them, you get free stuff. And then you get a copy of the game, should it ever actually be print. But remember, supporting a crowdfunding Kickstarter project is pretty much like gambling, because if the product is not successful, you just sort of spent your money on nothing. Anyways, here's a list of everything that is coming to an end this week, month, year, whatever. All right, from Northwind Adventures, we have Hyboria, 3rd edition, Astonishing Swords and Sorcerers of Hyboria 3E. The first 2 copies of the game have sold out, and this is the new version of the Astonishing Swords and Sorcerers of Hyboria tabletop role-playing game, OSR game. I have a PDF of the 2nd edition. I don't know anything about the 3rd edition. I do know that there are some huge fans out there of this game. It is an OSR, but it's an OSR/retro clone, embracing the more old school Edgar Rice Burroughs, Conan, Swords and Sandals, Age of Barbarian style of role-playing, as opposed to the medieval knight style of role-playing or the Hollywood medieval that 5th edition currently is. So if you're a fan of the previous 2 and you want to get right in on the brand new one, I know there are some people, and I might pick this one up as well, this is your chance to do it. Bare minimum, they're looking for about $50 to $100 for a pledge. From the Dungeon Coast, we have Alakander's Almanac of All Things for, of course, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is another book of new rules that may or may not be, they're not official, but they are approved for use with 5e. So before you use these rules in the game, make sure your DM will let you. So it's just more new weird things to add to your 5e games. If that's something that you're interested in, they're looking for a basic pledge of about $15 to $25. Steve Jackson's Games GURPS 2021 PDF Challenge from Steve Jackson Games. This is the 2nd year in the row they've done this. If you're a fan of GURPS and are looking for new value price contests, this campaign gives you a stack of 10-page PDF source booklets for the cost of a single PDF. Bare minimum is $3. You get 8 source books for different types of settings, all relatively 10-page, 20-page books, and all new ways to use GURPS and new GURPS settings. It's the 2nd year in a row they've done this. The first year it got totally backed, so they're doing it again. It's a lot of new source books for GURPS 4th edition, and GURPS is notorious for having great source books. I mean, even if you don't play GURPS, the source books are usually pretty damn awesome, with tons of information on the setting that you can use for anything. And for $3, how can you lose? From Metal Weave Games for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, we have Incarnations. This is a sword book. Basic pledge, $30. New spellcasting rules for 5th edition, in case you're not happy with the current ones and you want to do more spelly stuff in your 5th edition game. From SC Omeron and Hannah Tisopanos, SC Omeron, ORMOND, and Hannah Tisopanos, TSIOPANOS. I'm probably mispronouncing your names, and I apologize. We have something called Fat Magic RPG, which is a 5e campaign setting. Remember when Wendy's made an RPG? Well, this is what the world could have been without all the corporate shilling. It's a setting there are spaghetti wizards and other culinary casters, foodie subcasts, savory spells, and mouth-watering monstrosities. So it's food-based role-playing in a world where food is a power source. Fat magic, oh, that one's going to get you in trouble. I can't believe you call the game Fat Magic considering the current political climate. How dare you fat shame me with your game? Yeah, no. I'm sorry, SC Omerond and Hannah. Panos, what were you thinking? I get it that you're trying to do food-based role-playing, and there's a lot of food-based anime out there, like King of Cooking and stuff like that. But Fat Magic? Fat Magic? Really? Really? I mean, come on. That's just asking for people to attack you, which I guess maybe is what you want, because at least it gets attention for your title. But in this political culture that is currently infested our role-playing game world, calling your game Fat Magic, yeah, no, you're going to get in trouble for that one. From Beyond the Horizon, we have Cloud Sea, a 5th edition premiere for Living Atop the Clouds. This is a short book for 5th edition about, I guess, a world of deadly fog, leaving survivors living in massive city towers high above the clouds. 1920s role-playing in a world of skyscrapers above a cloud using 5e. Maybe 5e could work in that type of world. I don't think so. 5e only kind of works for 5e. From Star City Savages for Savage World Adventures, we have The Drowned War. Prices. Fat Magic Basic Pledge, $50. And Cloud Sea Basic Pledge, $10. I'm sorry. Okay. From Star City Savages, The Drowned War for Savage Worlds Adventure. This is a source book, basic pledge, $40, presenting a dystopian flooded world apocalypse with biopunk, no such word, cyberpunk, and horror themes. From Gallant Knight Games, we have Highcaster. This is for the Caster system, which is a modified version of the system used for the Great American Novel and the Great American Witch. I've never heard of either of those games. Have you? But okay. This is from Christopher Gray of Gallant Knight Games, who has also brought us Temples and Tombs, the Great American Witch, the Great American Novel, and the Happiest Apocalypse on Earth. This is a fantasy RPG using the system to do, and it's just another fantasy RPG using a different system that I've never heard of. Now I got to look it up. From Black Cat Gaming, we have Cursed Captains of Cthulhu. Cursed Captains of Cthulhu is I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Highgate wants a basic pledge of $15. Cursed Captains of Cthulhu from Black Cats Gaming, basic pledge $35. It's Cthulhu and pirates, but using a different system separate from the standard Call of Cthulhu. How can they use Cthulhu? Because Cthulhu is open content and anybody can make a Call of Cthulhu or Lovecraftian role-playing game. From the RPG Academy, looks like we are trying to crowdfund their forthcoming convention called Arcade Cons. This is a tabletop gaming convention. They're asking $45 for pledge to get you 3-day badge. This will hopefully be held at the Daytona Convention Center if they get enough money to actually have the campaign going. So this is not a product crowdfunding. This is crowdfunding a actual event. They're hoping to make enough money to get the con to actually happen. And that is it for all the crowdfunding projects. I'm excited about Hyboria. The rest, whatever. More the same. More people milking 5e. More crowdfunding projects that look tentative at best. Remember, most of these will never make it to print. That's about it. Nothing else really to talk about today in the world of crowdfunding. If any of these projects sound like something you want to support, head on over to your friendly local game store, that's S Games and Anime here in Ventura, and ask them to look into it for you. I know sometimes I'm kind of snarky, but I'm really tired of seeing people try and jump on the 5e bandwagon, make new stuff. But that's just me. You might love it, so don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Till next time, stay warm, stay dry, stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe, stay off my land. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.